Howdy folks, Kerbo here. Welcome back to Medicines Creek Farms. It's day one early autumn, and today is harvest day for the corn. The corn's ready to go. Still waiting on the beans, of course, since they were just planted. Let's go take a look though. Zoom in here, we can see the corn's ready to go. I think the beans are on the third stage of growth. I think. It's a little hard to tell sometimes. But they're not going to be done, I would guess, till towards the end of fall. Possibly even early winter. So we'll keep an eye on that. But today it's all about the corn. So I'm going to get the auger set up over there. Already got the case hooked up to the gravity wagon. It's ready to head over. And the combine is sitting over in the field. Ready to work. Get this big thing pulled out of here. It is a big one. It's a little fiddly getting it all set up over the grain bin, but we'll do what we can. It also doesn't turn super tight. Alright, something like that, but we need to raise it up. I gotta remember what the controls are here. These are on back. Alright, let's see where we're at. Let's have our virtual helper friend get up on top of the grain bin. Oh, we're way off. No worries. We'll get this. Let's take a few tries. And back down. Just straighten up. It's a little bit, like I said, it's a little bit fiddly. We'll get there. Almost had it. There we go. We're going to call that good enough. Right there ought to do. Now we need to fold it out. Is it that button? There we go. So that's where we'll be dumping. And we won't be back here for a little while. So we'll go ahead and turn the Ford off. We'll head over to the field and get some corn in. Case ought to be all nice and warmed up. It's a beautiful day too. Nice and sunny. Good day to get some corn in. Beans are looking good. Almost could have left a little more room there coming around the shed, but we can squeeze by. The combine fit. It's about the biggest thing we've got right now. Let's hop in the cab here so we can check for traffic. We've got a car coming. We better hold up. I'm just going to pull right up in here. Try not to hit the dualies on anything. And we're almost out of the road. Yeah, we're plenty out of the road. Alrighty, it's probably going to take a little while to get the combine filled up, so we'll go ahead and shut the case down. I've already looked this thing over. It's all ready to go. We have to jump in though. There we go. Not actually sure what makes the oh, so if it's unfolded then the ladder's down. I got you. Okay. Didn't know that. Alrighty, so the plan, I think I'm going to get this edge of the field opened up. So we'll go down and then we'll go all the way down. That way we'll have this whole edge opened up. And then we'll go from there. Of course, no GPS. It's all manual. I really like having the GPS on the case for the field work. Pretty darn handy. Now, I don't think... Is the corn width correct? The corn rows? I'll have to check once we get actually lined up. I don't really have to worry about that with Farm Sim. I was just curious. See if it was actually matched up. And we're not going to drop a swath. We don't need any bales off of this, so we're just throwing it back on the ground. Right into the fence. I forgot how bad the brakes are on this thing. Almost got into the fence. Narrowly avoided trouble there. So we're going somewhat straight. Nah, this isn't. I don't think it's lined up at all with the corn rows. We'll know better once we're going back and forth a long way. I've never ran a real combine, of course. But I would imagine you have to be careful about getting the stalks fed in the right way into the header. The head. Rather than just driving willy-nilly through it like we do in Farm Sim. Sounds like the wife and kiddos are back from the park. So you may hear some background noise. Trying to get this recorded here on the early evening while I'm waiting on some work stuff to finish up. I believe this will be Monday's episode, though. This is Wednesday. So I'm trying to get ahead of the game because it's been pretty crazy, as you know. Trying to get stuff recorded. And I've also been itching to get this corn harvested. I've actually waited a couple days to record since it's actually been ready to go. So we're getting 200 bushels per acre. I don't know if that's good or bad, but that's what we're getting. So I think I'll cut over to here, and then we'll backtrack. Get tucked back in there. Oh, close. Might have bumped that a little bit. Come back across this way. That is that going to give me enough room to turn around? This head just isn't very wide. We might try it and see if 2 cuts gives me enough room. The field is pretty close to the fence. And this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5-row head. Which is, I'd say it's a pretty common size from what I've seen around. We're kind of your average, small family farm. There are bigger farms. There's one monster operation. It's over east here, kind of over around where my cousin runs some cattle. And I think it was last fall I was riding around doing cow chores with him, and we actually drove by one of the fields where they were working to see the equipment. They had a couple like Challengers, and they had some really nice big equipment. I don't remember what combines they had, but they had, I forget, 4 or 5 semis rotating to keep the combines offloaded. It's quite an operation. That tracked Challenger roaring through the field was pretty impressive. They were running, I don't know what you would call a piece of equipment. It wasn't a cultivator, but it was basically taking the stubble and chopping it into the ground. I don't know. It wasn't like a disc cultivator, so I don't know. I don't know what it was, but it's going to bother me if I don't get this corn. And he was going so fast, I couldn't even really tell if it had discs or if it had tines, or I think it might have had both. I don't know. Some kind of, I guess, chopper. Yeah, they had that big old tracked Challenger. Just roaring through the field, dust flying. It's pretty awesome. All right, that might be enough room to turn around. Let's take this edge off and then we'll head downfield. Ooh, do I have enough capacity to go down and back? Let's hope so. I forgot I was going to dump. Alright, so if we hop in the cab and we put a corn stalk in the middle. Is that actually lined up any at all? No, not even close. Alright, I don't know if he did any editing in the map. I thought with No Creek on FS19 he had the crop widths correct, but I don't remember for sure. Missed a couple stocks. Oh well. We're full. Out. All right, it's the long trek of shame back to the tractor. I should have dumped before we headed down here. Whoa, brakes! Brakes don't want to hold on this hill with a full load. So 201.5 bushels, basically 200 bushels. Now the question is, can I tip? Yeah, I should be able to get up there. One advantage of the tiny little head on this combine is you can really get in places, no problem. You can even run right into your tractor if you're not paying enough attention. Nobody saw that. Perfect. Didn't even hit a fence post. Got to remember I changed the manual unload key to U because it worked fine for everything except that Brandt auger. It uses R to fill its trough. So I changed manual unload from R to U. I don't think anything in Farm Sim uses the U key, at least not that I have. So if you are using my manual unload mod, you can find that on my Discord. The my FS mods, my FS19 mods, something like that. There's a channel that'll be obviously mods. Grab that, and you can just change that in the key bindings. Just look for manual unload. You can change the keybind. Alright, since we got to go across there anyway, I'm going to cut another swath off the top here. If I remember right, that gravity wagon holds, was it 800? Was it 800 bushels? Or 700? I forget now. I think the 200 bushels was in the truck. And the gravity wagon held like an additional 750 maybe? So, we'll check it after like 3 loads and see where we're at. Turning radius on this thing leaves a little bit to be desired. So, I'm going to go down this way and then we'll skip over and then we'll come back up. And we'll see how much corn we got. Well, shoot, I wanted to even out the rows. I didn't quite get there. The idea was to come right down this row. And then we'll come back up and get that little bit of edge that's left. Then probably just head back down to the bottom of the field and back up. Sound like a plan? Where are we time-wise? About, yeah, a little over 15 minutes in. So, we're not going to harvest the whole field. We'll get some of it done. Probably don't want to sit here and listen to me. I'm not sure I even have that much to talk about to cover the whole field. I want to check cattle prices real quick. Don't run into anything. So we could buy cattle today. We'll see. I might take a break from corn harvesting. Go get some beefers this afternoon. We'll see. So it's a good time to buy. Or I might decide screw it, and if I find a buyer, sell the cow operation. Now, how do I get turned around down in here without running over any corn? It's a great question, Kerbo. Next question. Back up through this tree. If we take a slice off the end here. Oh, I ran over a piece of corn. For shame. Actually, why don't we just take some off the bottom here while we're down here. We'll just get completely distracted. Run off into this ditch here. There's a big dipsy doodle right in here. There it is. Which I'm not sure we can make it through here. I'm going to go to creep mode. We can go down. Can we go up? Alright, raise the header. Plow through it. Get stuck. Now we're fine. We were fine. Piece of cake. No problem. Whee! Seems like you're going really fast when you go from 1 to 6. Alright, kind of muscle our way around this corner. Should give me enough room to turn around. Do a 16.5 point turn, and we're good to go. I thought I skipped that ditch when I planted, but I guess I didn't. Maybe I did when I did beans, and I forgot to when I was doing corn. Alright, down into the abyss. Bring that up. This is where we get stuck. Alright, beautiful. Good job. Get yourself high centered. Alright. Good work, Kerbo. Pro combine operator. Right here. I was afraid that was going to happen. I should have went really fast, but that would have been dumb. Alright, we're going to do a stupid trick, and we're going to back up. We're going to do that. Okay? Don't worry, I'm a professional. Alright, a little bit cheesy, but, you know, we got out of it. One of these days, I might have to get the tractor down here and fill that in. Can't quite reach all this corn, huh? Alright, well, we'll come back. It's quite a bit of corn to leave. Even though it's just one row, it's going to add up. If I do manage to sell the cow operation, probably gonna sell this and buy a bigger combine. Doesn't need to be a lot bigger, just something that could get like a, yeah, like a 9-row header or something like that. We'll see what our options are. Alright, so we're at 134.2 bushels. Remember that, 134.2. Kind of curious how many bushels we're going to get out of this single line of corn here. Though it is, it's more than single line down at the end. So there's 1 bushel. There's 2 bushels. Might be hard to see with the YouTube compression, but I can read it. There's 3 bushels. 3.5 bushels. It's not bad. Not bad. Tell you what, let's take another cut off the bottom. I don't know that I can turn around down here. It's only that much room. Let's take another cut off the bottom. And we'll see how the ditch goes this time. It gets quite a bit less deep right in here, I think. Famous last words. Go, 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 go. Don't get stuck. Beautiful job. Excellent work. Of course, IRL, I would have just torn the crap out of the combine, but that's okay. We have to make some concessions to gameplay. There we go. Now we got some room to turn around. No, don't go back in there. You'll get... maybe we won't get stuck. Go back here. Then I point my butt back in there. And then we hope the brakes hold. Bob's your uncle. You know what they say? You don't get stuck on a tree. The huge collision that's bigger than the visible geometry. Perfect. All right, we're going to be almost full by the time we get over here, but we have opened up the bottom, so it's going to make going back and forth a lot easier. So I'm happy with that. I think we can just drive through here now. It's a little bit goofy. There we go. Since you can't control the ride height of the head, you just kind of got to go with it. All right, right along that edge, right there. Follow that. We're coming up on 95% full. Try not to drive right into the corn. Like you did last time. At 9% full. 201.5, was that it? There it is, 100%. 201.5. Right on the nose. Off we go. There's load number 2. We're going to be doing a lot of corn augering. I sense a lot of corn augering in my future. And man, that is not much of a detail bubble for that stubble, is it? It's like 10 feet in front of the combine. It looks really good for those 10 feet, though. Gotta remember, this thing turns like a battleship. Okay, brakes. You gotta remember the brakes don't work very good. Don't run into the tractor this time. Remember that turning radius. Oh, don't hit anything. We're good. Oh, good. Might have hit a little bit there, but hey, rubbing is racing, right? There we go. Let's make that look good. There we go. We do a screenshot. I already did a thumbnail, but it's always good to have options. See where we're at. Let's climb up on top of the tractor. Nope, can't see anything. There we go. We'll just poke her head inside. Oh, farm sim. Yeah, so that's going to get us nearly 2/3. No, not quite. Just a little over half, 59%. So, one more dump and then a partial dump, and that will be full. We'll have to head down to the grain bin. But I might do that off camera. I'm not sure. I don't know how much corn harvesting y'all want to see. But I think that'll be enough for this episode of corn harvesting. Coming up on almost 30 minutes, so I will call that an episode. Thanks, as always, for hanging out. And stay safe out there with all the crazy crap going on. And I'll catch you in the next one.